So, what part of you is most in need of rest? And then eyes can stay open or closed. Notice this body, this vessel for your essence and your spirit. And notice if there's a movement the body needs or shifting the body needs before we settle into stillness, right? So I honor that coming right into stillness isn't always what we want to do. And it might just be we want to blink the eyes or wiggle the nose or move the head from left to right. And then once you've done whatever you need to do to kind of, I call it work out the wiggles, but I hang around 5 year olds because I have one, right? So I use language like wiggles sometimes. Once you've gotten any wiggles you might have out, then you can just ease back into your chair, lay down in your bed, sit in your favorite chair, do something that signifies comfort to your body and mind. And take another deep breath in through your nose and exhale however it naturally falls. Do that 4 more times, breathing in, breathing out. On your next inhale, just silently say to yourself, so this is in your mind, I am worthy. And on your exhale of rest. And 2 more times on your inhale, sense that you are literally breathing in, I am worthy. And when you exhale, you're exhaling around you and through you of rest. And you do that 1 more time, I am worthy of rest. And then you just notice, right? So there we are. That was 5 breaths, 5 beats of stillness. And we notice, right? Notice body, notice minds, even notice heart and emotions. And what I mean by notice is pay attention. Just pay attention. Your attention is so valuable. So much is fighting for your attention. Pay attention to yourself. Give yourself your attention. So if your mind starts wandering at any point, you can come back to inhale, I'm worthy, exhale of rest. And that just helps to give your mind an anchor, a place to land versus running forward into the future, which it likes to do, or reaching back into the past. Bring your awareness and attention to your toes and just notice toes. Attention to top of foot and bottom of foot. Bring awareness to ankles, attention to ankles. Notice shins, calves, knees, thighs, glutes, and hips. Notice right leg. Notice left leg. Notice right foot. Notice left foot. Notice both legs and feet together. Notice glutes. Notice lower back. Notice middle back. Notice upper back and shoulders. Notice back of neck, back of head. Notice top of head. Notice the forehead and the face. Notice the front of the neck. Notice the shoulders one time. Then notice the shoulders a second time. Notice the shoulders a third time, and then notice a fourth and even a fifth time. And just notice what happens every time you bring your attention and awareness to the shoulders. Do you see how your attention and awareness can shift your body without necessarily moving it? Bring awareness to the right shoulder, the right upper arm, the right elbow, the right forearm, the right wrist. Bring awareness to the right fingertips and hand. Bring awareness to the left shoulder, awareness to the left upper arm, awareness to the left elbow, awareness to the left forearm, awareness to the left wrist, awareness to the left fingertips and hand. From the right shoulder to the right fingertips, notice the right arm. From the left shoulder to the left fingertips, notice the left arm. Notice both arms and hands and sets of fingertips together. And please notice the shoulders one more time. Notice the space around the collarbone. Notice the space around the chest. Notice the abdomen. Notice the waist. Notice hips. Notice glutes. Notice right leg, right foot, left foot. Notice the whole body from the tips of the toes all the way up to the top of the head. From the top of the head all the way back down to the tips of the toes. Relax the whole body in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Body completely relaxed, here to be restored. Relax the mind. Relax the mind. Relax the mind in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mind is totally relaxed. Is here to be restored. Bring awareness to the center of the chest, the spiritual heart center. Relax your heart. Relax the heart. Relax the heart. Relax the heart and emotions. Relax the heart and emotions. Relax heart and emotions totally and completely. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The heart, the emotions are totally and completely relaxed, here to be restored. On the next inhale, sense a wave of peace move from the top of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. It's like a wave of peace raining down. And then sense a wave of peace rising up from the tips of the toes to the crown of the head. And then sense a wave of peace moving from the base of the throat to the tips of the toes, from the tips of the toes to the base of the throat, a wave of peace moving through. Awareness at the center of the chest. Sense a wave of peace moving from the center of the chest to the tips of the toes, tips of toes back to the center of the chest, a wave of peace. Awareness at the base of the spine. A wave of peace from base of spine to tips of toes. From tips of toes back to base of spine, wave of peace. Wave of peace from the center of the pelvis to the tips of the toes. Tips of toes back to the center of the pelvis. A wave of peace from the knees to the toes. Toes to knees, wave of peace. Wave of peace from the ankles to the toes. From the toes to the ankles. Sense a wave of peace rising from the tips of the toes to the crown of the head and then falling, a holy mist of peace from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. And perhaps sense that that wave knows exactly where it is most needed within your body, mind, heart, emotions, and goes there now. And you rest in this awareness. And what I like to do is just usually say a little prayer, and it's just what what word do you have for us today? What will be most useful to everyone visibly on this call and everyone who's here in real time and who might hear and see this afterwards? And then I open Pause Rest Be and I read whatever page I open to. And today, what I open to is this: you can't muscle through this. This requires surrender. Surrender does not mean giving up, it means giving over. A giving over to something or someone with everlasting arms that you can lean into and be held by. Call in grace. You are in an unfamiliar place. You meticulously packed your bags for the journey. You thought you had a map, compass, or guide. It turns out that you only have your senses. If that is all you have, trust it is enough. You are not alone. You are not alone. There are forces seen and unseen walking with you. Rest here for 5 more breaths. And just begin to, on the next inhale, silently say again, I am. And on the exhale, worthy of rest. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of rest. I am worthy of rest. And we can just start to shorten that to I am worthy, to I am worthy, to I am worthy. And we'll shorten that to I am. I am. Inhale, I am. Exhale, I am. Notice your body. Notice your mind. Notice your heart. Notice your emotions. Notice that place within you that you noted was in need of rest. And honor yourself in your own way for resting. Acknowledge that just because we're doing nothing doesn't mean that nothing's happening. Notice that even though we hardly moved, something might have shifted from the inside out. Rest restores our power. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. Bring any small movement into the body. It could be, again, I like to just like wiggle my nose sometimes and just move my head from left to right. Whatever movement's available to you, you do that. And when you're ready, you can just slowly open your eyes and take whatever movements you need. And so I think that rest is a really generative space, a creative space. And so I usually take a few minutes, sometimes just a second, right? Sometimes I just write down a word, whatever is right at the tip of my heart or mind, I just write something in my journal, or if I'm on my computer, type it down. Um, because rest is also a practice of remembering who and what we are, right? So things come up to the surface that we're like, oh, yeah, when we get quiet and still enough. So thank you all.